Alright guys, so today we're going to go ahead and go into something very educational. Calm down. It's just a one-time thing, okay? Just a one-time thing. Okay, so if you have not seen this video that I posted up, that it was talking about the whole entire copyright strike that Nintendo put on a specific creator based off the game Dreams. Then he went to Sony over the copyright issues. If you have not seen this video, by all means go into my channel right now, take a look at the videos, and with that you can go ahead and see an idea of what we were talking about. When we talk about copyright, we're talking about things like having certain types of I would say ownership over specific things like artwork, music, movies, video game titles, video game characters, and anything specific of that. So we're gonna go right now into the the Windows area. As you can see right there, that's my nice Borderlands 3 thing. And we're going to check out the definition of copyright, because obviously some people kind of don't get it, so I'm gonna zoom this in. So copyright, the exclusive legal right given to an originator or an assignee to print, publish, perform, film, or record literary, artistic, or musical material, and to authorize others to do the same. Authorize. Remember that word. And so we're going to go to a simpler definition, because obviously some people need a simpler definition. So what is the simple definition of copyright? Copyright is a law that gives the owner of a work, for example a book, movie, picture, song, or website, the right to say how other people use it. Copyright laws make it easier for authors to make money by selling their works. With copyright, a work can be copied if the owner gives permission. So that is a major thing right there. So obviously we have to make sure that we actually remember all of that. So you guys are wondering, why am I getting to this? Because I actually had a very weird interaction on Facebook when it came to some gaming groups, because I'm part of gaming groups there, and I actually got into a very weird confrontation with a guy who thought copyright of IPs was illegal. So let me go into the conversation I had, which is right here. So I of course blurred out their names, because if somebody sees a YouTube video of this, then you can get in trouble, blah blah blah. I've blurred out the people that are there besides me. I already have my YouTube out, my Facebook out there, so that's alright. So here's where it started off. Good job, Nintendo, being a copyright troll. IP laws are insidious and evil. And then somebody responds maybe we should learn what trademark means. The guy responded, IP laws includes trademark, don't be a smartass. And then in response to that, then learn what they mean. One day you will be in their position and you are going to want to protect your IP as well. So with that was one part of it. Now here's another thing that he said. Lame argument to say if you had an IP you would do the same. Clearly I would not do if I said IP is evil and insidious. Are you saying if I see someone use my idea, they should be aggressed against and have their real property stolen from them to offset some image loss of profit to me? Do you really want to advance the police state over this, over fictional things? Okay, first of all, that is the dumbest thing I ever heard. In the fact that people are coming out and taking your idea and doing things like earning money off of it, where you should be earning money off of your own idea, hence why copyright laws were made, then it's a major thing. When people do that and try to go ahead and make money off of somebody's name or somebody's specific owned IP or music or anything of that, then with that is also a big thing, and that also takes money off of people's plates, or food off of people's plates, or money out of people's pockets. And that's a major thing. That's why I'm okay with copyright laws. I'm all for copyright laws, because a lot of people will tend to do the exact same thing, copyright someone and actually earn money off of it. That's like me going to copy the Mona Lisa, the actual artwork of the Mona Lisa, put it in another museum, and then I make money off of it being hung in the museum if somebody decides to go ahead and buy the artwork, which is kind of fucking ridiculous. Now with that, we have another part of it. This is what I said. Well, yeah, if I copyright an idea, then I should be making money, not anyone else, unless I am credited or they ask permission. Why should anyone make money off of my product? It's law. that is in a sense is being a thief. So excuse me, bad English. So in a sense, that is being a thief and steal my product and taking money and food off my table. Fuck that. It's not bootlicking. It's actually doing something right. Because people think that's a bootlicking thing. Like, I'll understand that. When it comes to my product and my idea, I definitely do. I definitely do have the rights to do so. Their rights don't trump my right to make a product and earn money off of it. Now, here's the thing with this. Now, with this whole conversation, it was like going far away because they're saying that it's a bootlicking thing. It's like, no. Why are you making money off of my product, taking food off of my table, taking money away from me having to pay bills? Because some people do that nowadays. And the fact that some people are doing that and end up, you know, having their stuff copyrighted, and, you know, it's a major thing that people go ahead and earn money off of someone else's back. And that's not right, where other people are massively creative. Now, this is what he says. Wrong. No one is stopping you from using your idea. You don't have a right to profit. That is saying you own your customers before they even purchase anything from you. That made no sense of the slightest. None. And then he's like, IP is not real property, so nothing was stolen from you. You're just holding the threat of violence over others who may be a better entrepreneur than you. What? So I have no right to go ahead and, you know, copyright my ideas, whether it's a piece of artwork, a song, whether it's a movie, whether it's a character on Nintendo or a Nintendo title. I have no right, being the creator of that. If I decide to go ahead and make something and I have that copyright laws, and somebody goes off to the point where, hey, you know what, I'm gonna take your idea or take everything specifically and try to make money over that, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have an issue with it. That is my money. That is the work that I worked with, or anybody else that probably helped me. You know, if anything of copyright, it also includes, you know, probably the people that work on the projects. You know, especially, you know, having titles like in regards to, like, you know, being a game developer or having your name on a certain project. That is where it's majorly at. But at one point, you know, let's say if I have like a whole group of gamers and like we all work for Nintendo, that product and that IP is belonging to Nintendo. There's a difference between copyright and inspiration. Like, for instance, there are certain games that are inspired by others. Like, for instance, I'll give you an idea of one. There is a game called, okay, I'll give you one. There is God of War, the original God of War for PlayStation 2, 1 and 2, and then there was Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno was a similar game to God of War, but had slight changes, a different story, a different character. It's a difference between choosing a game that is influenced by than a main copyright. There's major differences on that. So let's go on to the next page. It's like, you don't get it. Like he's telling me, you don't get it. Once the idea is released to the public, you cannot physically control how it's used afterwards. You have to use the police aid and its violence against others. Okay, that's my argument. Don't go back into the circle that the law makes me a slave to your idea. We know slavery is wrong. So you're just calling this slavery, like me having the right to my product, slavery? Yes, I have a right to tell how people use my idea. It's my idea. I copyright it. I own that idea. It's a possibility of that. Like, for instance, there are things that are copywritten. Like, for instance, like you ever heard the whole thing of WWF and WWE? How WWE was called WWF, but then they had to change it to WWE. There was major issues with that. But then at one point, if they would have stayed WWF, they would have had major copyright issues. That's where it's at. That's the problem of it. The only place that is safe from like U.S. copyright laws would be China. And you know what the problem is? Guess what? This was not anything of what happened in China. It's literally on a game, on a platform, where they took something like that and literally made it to a point where, you know, it was copyright. The same ideas, the same level design, the same character design. It was all copyright. And then here's what I respond with. And then it's like, this is on the second page. It's not slavery. The thing is, you actually can. That is why copyright is made. There's a difference in inspiration and copyright. In that case, it's copyright. If you think it's slavery, you need to educate yourself way more than I thought. If someone does copyright, then it can lead to a lawsuit or even jail time. And then he's like, good job. It's like, I've made my case on why I'm against it. All you got to say in the end is that I'm uneducated, which you extremely are in this case, which isn't so, which it is, because you are, and it's the law. Good job supporting the police state. Well, obviously, yeah, I'm gonna support the whole thing about, you know, actual copyright laws. I'm gonna actually support people earning their own money. That is correct, and you know that is right to do so. You know, people who actually bust their ass to make some type of artwork, music, movie, any type of thing that is under the Copyright Law Act, and with that, you know, earn their right to live or earn their living. You're not going to go ahead and take my money and try to, you know, make money off my back. So let's go to what happens, like, if you do copyright infringement. Like, if copyright infringement is caused, then there are major penalties to it. So, like, let me bring this up to it. So, copyright infringement penalties. Copyright infringement is the act of violating any of a copyright owner's exclusive rights granted by the Federal Copyright Act. There are 3 elements that must be in place in order for the copyright to occur. So this is what happens. The copyright holder must have a valid copyright, which they did. The person who allegedly infringing must have access to the copyright work, which technically they did, which was actually part of, like, you know, like in the sense of having like a copy of the game. Having a copy of the game also is a way that you can actually infringe on the actual work that is there. The duplication of copyright work must be outside of the expectations, which is, like, you know, the expectations right here. There are 3 major expectations to the copyright laws that are commonly used: fair use, face-to-face, and virtual instruction. You know, all of that. So then you guys can get into that a little bit later if you want. And I'll put a link to this if you guys want. So the legal penalties for copyright infringement are: infringer pays the actual dollar amount of damages and profits. So of the fact that if it's Mario and you're using Mario, any money that he made off of that Mario project goes straight to Nintendo, and he has to pay for use of the title, the game, and everything that he infringed upon, which can lead to a large amount of money, especially if it's Super Mario. The law provides a range from $200,000 to $150,000 for each work infringed. So if you have many things copyright infringed, it could go in between $200 to $150. If you get 200, you're damn more lucky. But if you get $150,000 for each copyright work there, and you have multiple, that's not good. Infringer pays for all attorney's fees and court costs. Wow. Okay, so that means you have to pay for both attorneys, my attorney, and the court costs. My court costs also. The court can issue an injunction to stop the infringing acts. So your work can be taken down. Your work can be literally taken down to a point where, hey, you know what, now, since the fact that it's up there, people are playing it, now the people playing it can't play it because it was taken down because of that, the Copyright Act. The court can impound the illegal works. So which means your work can be impounded, whether it's virtual, whether it's physical, whether it's any type of work, it can be impounded, or the infringer can go to jail. Which is probably worse. Which, let me see how long you can go to jail for. How long can you go to jail for copyright infringement? Alright. The maximum is 10 years, or you're paying $250,000. That sucks. That would suck. That would suck. So that's why I'm mostly against copyright infringement. Of course, definitely I am, as an artist and as a person who wants to make some type of video game in the future. And you know, in the process of that, like, a lot of people now are doing things that, you know, especially to be careful of that, especially to not go ahead and literally cause this breaking of the law because of the fact that they don't want to go against the law. They don't want to go ahead and get like those punishments that are just listed out. You're having to pay $250,000 or go to jail for 10 years. Soulja Boy did the exact same thing. He could have went to jail for almost 20 years if it was a multiple act, or if not, he would have paid $500,000, which I doubt Soulja Boy even has anymore. So that's just my thing about it. So, but literally with that conversation, I don't know, like, I don't know. That guy is some type of winner in his brain, but you know, I don't mean to go ahead and, you know, berate somebody on my YouTube channel, but that was the literal dumbass thing I've ever experienced in my life. But also, I do have to put it out there when you're actually trying to condemn or try to go ahead and say it's okay to copyright infringe somebody's work where somebody busts their ass to do so and make a living off of that, or you're trying to take money out of their pockets. That's a major thing. So that's how I feel about it. But I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Let me know what you guys feel about, you know, the copyrights, what you felt about the whole Dreams project. By all means, let me know. Subscribe to the EHG community. Definitely turn on your notifications when we get new streams and new videos set out. Definitely join us on our Facebook group, our Discord channel. Make sure to check out our merchandise. Make sure to go ahead and support our sponsors and subscribe to our moderators. And I spit all over this damn computer. But this is your boy CrazyMaze98, aka Nicholas Morales, founder of the EHG community. And stay tuned for more videos.